Today, we will be discussing the topic that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whatever you see in this world, Isavasya Jat Kinchitya Jagatya Jagat. Whatever you see in this world, everything is belonging to Krishna. Bhuktaram Jagya Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram. So he is the real enjoyer who? Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is the real enjoyer, but we are claiming as the enjoyer. That's why we are suffering. So let us know some basic fundamental thing about Lord. So you know a little bit about the science of soul. It is important to first know about science of soul. What is science of soul? Science of soul, that we are fundamental particle, which is beyond sense perception. What we can see, that I can see Giri Prabhu. If I try to identify him through his body, I will say, I may touch his hand and say he is Giri. But hand will go, if I remove the hand, then still Giri is there, right? If I touch head, without head, still Giri is there. Without leg, still Giri is there, right? So the identification through the body part or whole body itself is not identification. If I say that some person passed away, if that person is the body, then who passed away? Body is still lying. Right? You say that that person passed away. वो चला गया. Right? तो कौन चला गया? अगर वो body होते, if he was that body, that hand, that leg, that head, all those are still lying, then who has left? So when we talk about various subjects, what we see in this world, that we believe, that is called empiricism. And there are concepts which is not just seeing and believing. Seeing means called empirical. You can also hear, you can also smell, you can also taste, and you can also feel through touch. So that perceptions give you the knowledge of someone or something or somebody. So that process of knowledge is called sense perceptory knowledge. There are things which is beyond sense perceptions. What are those things? Willing, feeling, and thinking are three subjects. What we reflect through sense objects. When we go deeper, the willing, feeling, and thinking are subjective on some point of time. Same thing is subjective. A person who can think that this rose is beautiful. Some other person do not like that color of the rose or the smell of the rose. He likes lotus. Suppose, right? But one person like rose. One person dislike rose. Should it be objective, then everybody will have same behavior from one object. If I apply some force on one object at one position, then I can apply the law of physics and find out that how much displacement will happen, in which direction it will be going, based on which direction I applied the force, what will be its projectile. Everything is calculated based on the amount of force, directions, the frictions, everything. If we know all the coefficient, then we can calculate which direction it will go, how much it will go, where it will drop, everything, right? And with that same amount of force, same state, same position, it can never vary. That is called objective science, right? Or classical science. When we talk about subjective science was not very well studied in the early days. But when we gone deeper into the science, quantum physics came. Earlier those days, that was called classical physics, thermodynamics, motions, the gravitational force, the force between two objects, the attraction between two objects, all the laws, constants, everything. What we learned is classical physics. But classical physics come into problem when we found that there are waves. Then further it came there are particles. Waves and particles are two more reality come into the picture. So it was studied in the mid of 90s, 1900, around 1900, that wave as well as particle both exist. That is called duality, right? So wave has a disturbance, it travels. Particles, they like dot dot dot, right? They travel in a straight line. You know Young's double slit experiment. By that it understood that both waves are seen as well as particles are seen. That's why light has both the behavior, both wave behavior and particle behavior. Then further, when Einstein gave, what Einstein told, he experimented on light. Not only it becomes a particle, but also it generates energy. Who? Light. So what is that then? Then he further explained that it is photon. So light has also photon energy. So it is particle, it is wave, and it has also energy, photon energy. The state and position of these things cannot be identified without an observer. So to understand that, we have to put an observer machine. Once observer is there, then light can be a wave or light can be a particle. Understood? If observer is not there, then we cannot determine whether light is a wave or light is particle. Understood? So particles like that, further things like quarks, boson, neutron, proton, electron, all these things are there, right? So to capture their state and position, it's not possible without an observer. So when there is an observer, then matter exists. If observer is not there, then wave exists. So whole this cosmic manifestation is exists because there is an observer. And who is that observer? That is one of the example that if we deeply think deeper into science, that the existence of God is a satisfactory solution. That is one way we delve through quantum physics. Another way, if we logically think also, you can see this mountain is so beautiful. And we can, there was a famous story about the US president's picture where all drawn in a mountain, Rushmore Mountain. The mountain name is Rushmore Mountain. If somebody go and say that all of a sudden this picture came, can anybody agree? Nobody agree. Everybody will believe that somebody must have drawn that picture. अमेरिका का एक माउंटेन है जिसका नाम है रॉसमोर माउंटेन, त्रिपाठी प्रभु। उस माउंटेन में अमेरिका प्रेसिडेंट का सब मूर्ति बनाया गया है। अगर हम जाके ये बोलेंगे कि ये अपने आप आ गया, कोई विश्वास करेगा क्या? तो न्यूटन का एक एथेइस्ट फ्रेंड था, वो कभी भगवान पे विश्वास नहीं करता था। देयर इज अ फ्रेंड ऑफ न्यूटन हु वाज एथेइस्ट, ही वाज नॉट बिलीविंग ऑन गॉड। He was good friend, he was coming almost every day. So one day he come and saw a very nice model of the universe. He asked, where you got this? Who has built this? Who has architected this? Newton said, no, I was sleeping. In the morning I got up. All of a sudden I found this model is in my room. So this atheist friend didn't believe it. He kept on inquiring, tell me the truth. So Newton didn't say, same thing he repeated. After he became frustrated, then Newton replied, you believe that this small model cannot come automatically. Then how your logic is believing that the entire universe came automatically all of a sudden? So that is called intelligent design. Whenever a design is there, a design cannot come without a designer. Some logical thinking, if you apply, that also give a answer that there is a God behind everything. And this fundamental particle, when we talk, we cannot see electron, but we can experience it, we can observe it. On the negative charge, like electron has negative charge. That is the property, fundamental property of electron is it has negative charge. And because of that, you have seen electricity is there. Whole process of electricity or anything in electricity, computer is working based on electrons only, right? So we experience, we realize and believe that electron do exist, but we have not seen it. We cannot see in any microscope. Electron cannot be seen, but it do exist. Certain particle is invisible to our naked eyes. You cannot see beyond certain frequency. You cannot see ultraviolet rays, infrared rays, right? You cannot hear more than 2000 hertz or below 20 hertz. There are limitations. So we have certain limitations, but that doesn't mean that thing does not exist. So still things exist beyond our experience. Similarly, there is a fundamental particle which is existing, which is beyond our sense perception. And to understand that, we need a different domain. What is that? And how we will realize that? There is a fundamental particle whose fundamental behavior we can realize. The fundamental behavior of that particle is to become happy. Right? Everybody is doing anything to become happy or anything else. Huh? You have come here. Why? To become happy, right? Why you are coming regularly every Sunday to the spiritual discourses? To become happy, right? Why you are eating? To become happy, right? Why you are going here and there? Why you are working so hard? Why are you earning money? Right? To become happy. So for anything you do, there is a fundamental force, right? That is happiness. Happiness is the fundamental force. That is the symptom of this fundamental particle, which is called spiritum, Atman. Vedanta says this is the fundamental particle and its fundamental force is to become happy. Right? To become happy. And further, how to get happy? How to become happy? Even amoeba, it takes its food and become happy. Almost single cellular. Right? How it knows how to take its food. Some animals like camel or deer, as soon they burn, they get a kick from mother and they start running. Who gives that intelligence? Right? You see this big banyan tree, their leaves are so aligned so that it get best utilization of sunlight. Right? Anything you see in the universe are so mysterious, especially light particles. From where they get that? Tree become happy by getting more sunlight and water from their roots are aligned, their leaves are aligned, right? Understanding? So they are all having knowledge how to become happy. The knowledge to become happy is another fundamental force. You have knowledge how to become happy. Everybody, these children, they have also knowledge how to become happy by playing or by eating or whatever. So they have a knowledge how to become happy. That is called Chit Shakti. One fundamental force we understood is Ananda Shakti. Second fundamental force we understood is Chit Shakti or knowledge. Chit means knowledge. And how long do you want to become happy? How long? Always or sometime? You want to become happy always. That is another fundamental force. You want to become happy always. These three words is the fundamental quality or fundamental explanations of the existence of Atman or spiritual. The behavior of the fundamental particle, which is we ourselves, is nothing but I want to be always happy. Understood? So this is the meta knowledge, the knowledge about yourself and knowledge how to become happy. That also forever. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat means eternally, always. You want to be always happy. And you know how you will become happy. The knowledge about how you can become happy. Right? So what is the fundamental? Now it is easy to remember. You will never forget, right? So how you can become happy forever? That knowledge, becoming happy and forever is the three fundamental quality. Sat means eternally, with knowledge, being happy. Sat, Chit, Ananda. So that is the fundamental formation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Supreme Personality of Godhead is complete in all this. He is eternally, fully knowledgeable and fully happy. Ananda Ghan, Sachidanand. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa is the treasure of all happiness. So he's supreme whole and we are particle. Anu. Anu Atma. What is Anu? You know, atom and molecule. What is the difference between atom and molecule? Anu, Paramanu. क्या अंतर है? पानी, समंदर का पानी है, उसको छोटा करिए, इतना सा वाटर आ गया, फर्दर छोटा करिए, जब तक वो सबसे छोटा बन गया फिर भी वाटर है, उसी को अणु कहते हैं. When you break it to smaller, and when it becomes smaller, still it is water. Then that is called molecule. The smallest portion of the water is called water molecule. It is still water, H2O. If you break it further, it will become 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. And hydrogen is atom, oxygen is atom. So the smallest water molecule is water. So spiriton is the part of super soul, absolute soul, absolute personality of Godhead, and soul is a portion of it. What was the fundamental behavior of Supreme Personality of Godhead? He will be eternally knowledgeable and happy. What is the fundamental particle of the spiritual? What is its nature? Sankhya ananta sukha tara prayojan. It needs unlimited happiness as a fundamental need. Anybody of you disagree? You don't need happiness? You need? You need. Everybody agrees to it, right? Yes. You need happiness. How much happiness? Today you think I need this much. Tomorrow you think, this brain can accommodate any amount of happiness you want to give. So it needs unlimited happiness. We are never willing limited happiness. We want unlimited happiness. Sankhya ananta sukha tara prayojan. Prayojan means need. Ananta means unlimited. Sankhya in count. Sankhya ananta sukha tara prayojan. So now you systematically come to this point that living entity need unlimited pleasure, unlimited happiness. Sei sukha hetu jara krishnete barila nitya parisada rupe paravyame rahila. Param dham, paravyam, spiritual abode. अभी मैप देखिए. See in your Zoom. I'm sharing this image. You are able to see? Yeah. You're able to see the image? Yeah. What is this? Golok chart. Right? This is Golok chart. The topmost abode, who is there? Lord Radha and Krishna. You see? Yeah. Klim Krishnaya Govindaya Gopijan Vallabhaya Swaha. Ashtasakhi. All this Gopa Gopi Paribeshtita Nama Gopala Chudamani. She is the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Golok Vrindavan. This abode you can see. Zooming out. See the bottom portion. This is the bottom portion. You can see there are golden balls. What are these golden balls? These are one universes. Just like in a bucket of water, if you put many mustard seeds, they will be floating. So this is Karana Sagara. The blue ocean you can see, that is Karana Sagara. So who is he in this Karana Sagara? Who is sleeping here with 4 armed form? You can see Sankha Chakra Gada Padma Hasta sleeping in the bed. He is Karana Dokasai Vishnu, from whose arm pore or pore of the body, unlimited universes are coming. Right? See, all these unlimited universes are floating in this ocean. What is this ocean? Called Karana Sagara, causal ocean. Okay. In this entire causal ocean holds all material universes. How many are they? They are unlimited. Just like I gave that example, no? In a bucket of water, put mustard seed. However, you can see the picture. Similarly, in causal ocean, all these universes are floating. What is this portion? This is 1/4. You can see that Golok chart from the top to bottom. See how much is this material universe? This is 1/4. Right? This upper portion is 3/4. Golok, Vaikuntha. All together are 3/4. If from the Golok till all the Brahmanda is 4 part, 1 part is entire causal ocean. And 3 part is means 3 times more is the spiritual world. So those who are fortunate soul, those who are humble devotees, so they take part in the pastimes of Supreme Personality of Godhead in the spiritual abode. You're understanding now? Okay. So those who want to enjoy, say, Sukha Hetu Jara Krishna Devarila, who has taken this? He has taken the shelter of Krishna. They receive the pleasure from Krishna. That is indirect pleasure. There are 2 kinds of pleasure. The happiness we are getting are 2 kinds. What are they? Direct and indirect. When mother feed the child, it is direct or indirect pleasure? Direct pleasure. Child is eating, so child is getting happy. No, actual direct pleasure child is getting. But mother is getting? Who is getting more pleasure? Huh? Mother. Are you in doubt? Then she can answer. Mothers can answer better. Who gets more pleasure? Mother. Mother gets more pleasure. Have you ever done charity? Feeding some hunger people? You feed more hunger people with 1,000 plate, 2,000 plates, 3,000 plates. Your happiness will increase or decrease? Increase. Can you eat more rasgulla? No. So direct happiness. You cannot eat more rasgullas. You cannot increase your direct happiness. You can increase your indirect happiness? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. So then which pleasure is better? Indirect pleasure is better. So the source of happiness devotee get from Krishna is direct or indirect? What pleasure Krishna is getting, direct or indirect? You are feeding to Krishna. So Krishna is getting direct pleasure or indirect pleasure? Where is the doubt? He is getting direct pleasure. He is Lord. So he also claimed in Bhagavad Gita, Bhoktaram Jagya Tapasam Sarvaloka Mayasaram. He is the only enjoyer in this entire universe. We claim that we are enjoyer. We are not the real enjoyer. Should we be the real enjoyer, then we would be happy. We have tried a lot to get things. You got that, but you have not got happiness. Have you got? Analyze yourself. You wanted car, you got what, you are not happy. Might be you have got happiness for 10 days, 15 days. You wanted a flat, you got what, you are not happy. There is so many problems of maintaining it. Yeah? You have to go to the builder, there is paper problem, there is some other problem. You have to do continuous work. Some people say even staying in the rent is much better than buying a flat because of the amount of time they have to spend, money they have to spend, energy they have to spend. Those who are staying in rent, simply owner will do. Many things are there, right? You wanted that, you got that, yet you are not happy. True or wrong? Right? So that's why happiness is not there where we are searching. We are not exploring another way of happiness, which is called indirect happiness. Even this indirect happiness is available in this material world. Second point. Other fundamental thing we wanted it forever. So all the object we are getting temporarily. You ate one rasgulla until it enters your throat. It was giving some happiness. When it entered the throat, no happiness. After it entered the throat, no happiness. You cannot eat more than few rasgullas. After it entered the throat, you are try another. How much you can try? And how long you can enjoy that? You know who is giving what material sense enjoyment give long duration of pleasure? Almost give 1/3 of your life. Such happiness you are getting 1/3 of the life. I have given a hint. Who can answer? What material pleasure is longest in your life? Whoever give the answer, he will get a gift of book.
Praying the Lord Krishna.
Almost 1/3 of your life you can get that happiness. Okay, time out. That is sleeping. Is not it? Every day you are sleeping almost 8 hours. So 1/3 of your life is going in sleeping. Yet you are not fully happy. Is it filling your complete? Is it giving you full satisfaction? Even though 1/3 of your life is enjoying that happiness, yet you are not having that satisfaction. What to speak of other happiness? The longest duration happiness still is not able to give you satisfaction. Then how can you think that any other source of happiness can give you satisfaction? So there is something else where we should search for happiness. What is that something else? That is through bhakti. Where is the treasure of happiness? When we will be connected to that, then only we can get the unlimited happiness. Who is the treasure of happiness? Supreme Personality of Godhead. We have a relationship with him. We have forgotten that relationship. Krishna boli sei jiva anadi bahirmukha ataiva maya tare deha sansarara dukkha. We are suffering in this material world because we have forgotten our relationship with Krishna. That is the first principles of Vedanta. Veda Shastra kahena tini tattva. Sambandha abhideha prayojan. Sambandha means you have a relationship with God that you have forgotten. Because of forgetting, you are searching happiness where it is not there. Means happiness is there. Rasgulla is giving taste. But it is transitory, limited for some time. And that create craving for it, which you are not supposed to. And that craving giving you more miseries. So there are more miseries because there is lack of true source of happiness. We are trying to find in material world whose nature is inherently create miseries. जेहि संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुख जनयो एवते आदि अंतवंत एव आद्यंतवंत कौंतेय न तेषु रमते बुद्ध. Intelligent people should never indulge in such happiness. They are detached from such happiness. So they take that, but they are not attached to it. They also eat, but they are not attached to eating. They also sleep, but they are not attached to sleep. They are attached to the source of real source of happiness, which is called bhakti. Through the relationship, I have a relationship with Krishna. Krishna can be my master. Krishna can be my friend. Krishna, I can be parent of Krishna, or Krishna can be my lover. So through this relationship, when I connect myself with God, then the true source of Ananda will come. How? Just like You have seen the fields, how the water of river comes to the field automatically. Government has to make so much investment plan and lots of energy workforce has to apply to bring the river water to the field. There have to be channel, then channel should be connected to field. Water has to come from there and flown to the field. Then only field will be getting the water. Similarly, there is the treasure of happiness which is called the love of Godhead. Can be channelized to us through the process of bhakti, by the process of associating with sadhu sangha, reading the scripture, chanting the holy name, doing some seva every day, right? And analyzing two process, lokesmin dvidhanishta. Jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yoginam. Karma yoga is the process of man manabhava, mad bhakto, mad jaji, mam namaskuru. By meditating yourself, how we can please God and becoming devoted to God, offering our respect, glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead with all our abilities, can please Lord and we can become happy. I think we have reached the time. We can ask any questions. Short, but we'll keep the curiosity in you to come to the next class and ask the questions also. कुछ प्रश्न है कि नहीं?